Hello, I'm Scott Strauss. In 9/11, I was a New York City police officer assigned to finding survivors buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. Those were difficult days, but what kept me going was seeing the way Americans joined together in unity. It didn't matter if you were a Democrat or a Republican or anything else. For 9/11 this year, now a National Day of Service, let's rekindle that spirit of unity by doing good deeds. Visit 911day.org to learn more. Hello, I'm Scott Strauss. In 9/11, I was a New York City police officer assigned to finding survivors buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. Those were difficult days, but what kept me going was seeing the way Americans joined together in unity. It didn't matter if you were a Democrat or a Republican or anything else. For 9/11 this year, now a National Day of Service, let's rekindle that spirit of unity by doing good deeds. Visit 911day.org to learn more. Hello, I'm Scott Strauss. In 9/11, I was a New York City police officer assigned to finding survivors buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. Those were difficult days, but what kept me going was seeing the way Americans joined together in unity. It didn't matter if you were a Democrat or a Republican or anything else. For 9/11 this year, now a National Day of Service, let's rekindle that spirit of unity by doing good deeds. Visit 911day.org to learn more.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying. First,
there's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone. There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone. There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone. There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone. There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone. There's a place.
All right, let's get it. Soul Days Live. You gotta love live broadcast. Sean Garvey, the architect here on this Valentine's night. I'm writing the instrumental down just a little bit, so I can hear my applause in the background. Sean Garvey here on this Valentine's Day, Valentine's night, right here on YouTube, Reach One Network. Thank you all for tuning in, especially for all my singles that are chilling, watching YouTube, Reach One Network. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you share the video to you and yours and to others. So that way we can get our viewership up, our followers up, our likes up, and all that good stuff. Because we do this type of show for you. You know what I mean? We do this type of show for you. And we appreciate all the feedback, the love, and the support that we receive from people who are avid watchers of Soul Days Live. And we're going to continue on with the show after this particular episode tonight. We are going on a straight hiatus for the next few weeks. You're going to still see old and recent episodes of Soul Days Live on several different platforms, including my own channel, Honey, in association with the Flow Television Network. And the reason why I say what I say about taking a hiatus is because we want to try something new. We want to switch it up and try something new to our loyal fan base and even new people that are going to be watching new episodes of Soul Days Live in the near future. And the other thing is this. Here's the thing, people. This is live. Most of the episodes that we have done since 2023 have been live. Just like the one that you're watching right now. This is not pre-taped. This is not pre-recorded. This is live on Valentine's night. Okay. And at times when we're doing a live broadcast, people that we go out and we recruit and that we bring on the show, or they sign up to be on the show, tend to call out at the last minute. I know I said that a few times in the other past episodes of Soul Days Live, but the thing is this, and this is another PSA coming from the architect himself, Sean Garvey. People, singles, when you register or when you sign up to be on the show, like, know that you're ready to be on the show and be at a place where you're ready to date. You know what I mean? And let me just kind of expound on that for just a little bit before we bring our guests onto the stage. You know, you got to find time to be on this show if you're going to find time to date. I know a lot of people are on the grind. They are very busy. They are working 2-3 jobs. Look, I got 10 jobs myself, going on 11 jobs. And I still make time and find time to do this type of show. You know, so I've had folks in the past, and I'm not going to say their names. I'm not going to call them out. I'm not that type of person, you know, except when I do the Beat Break Morning Show. But I had people in the past say to me, oh, you know, Sean, I'm so busy. I don't have time right now to be on the show, blah, blah, blah. But you signed up to be on the show. So if you don't have time to be on the show because you're doing X, Y, and Z, then you don't have time to date. I'm just going to be very transparent with you. You just do not have time to date. What me and my assistant, Kelly, big shout out to Kelly because she's been doing a great job reaching out to daters during the course of our show. She would send out a questionnaire to people asking daters, do you have time to date if you have multiple jobs or what have you? And a lot of the answers that we get back from daters are, you know, unless, yeah, I have time, I can make time if that person is what I want. You know, it's like that saying, I make time for what I want, right? But you could be missing out on a blessing if you don't show up. You know what I mean? You could be missing out on a blessing if you don't show up. You could be missing out on your future wife. You could be missing out on your husband or what have you. but you got to put in the time. You got to put in the time. You know, there's a classic saying that ain't nobody that damn busy. You know what I'm saying? We're adults, we're busy, but you got to make time. And if you can't make time, then you're just not at a place in your life where you need to be to make time for that potential soulmate. I'm just going to be very honest and transparent. That's the only way I can be. All right. So that's one of the reasons why we're going to take a hiatus from doing the show for the next few weeks. And we're going to bring on board a new co-host. And we're in talks with different people that we're looking to partner up with. So that way we can make our show a lot more bigger, get more viewership, get more listenership, and even get those people that will make time to be on the show and will make time to go out and date somebody. You know what I mean? You got a number of dating shows that are out there, and everybody has their own different formula of how they want to go about doing their dating shows. I have my own formula in regards to how I do my dating show, but we want results. You know, we want results for people at the end of the day. And I'm blessed and fortunate enough that we have made 6 matches over the past few months. And when we come back from our hiatus, we will have those same people that have been on the show before come back on the show and give us an update on how everything went between those two parties that have matched up on the shows. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm more so looking forward to the follow-ups. What about you? Let's say you. What about you? Put it in the comment section. YouTube, Reach One Network. And also in the comment section, we have the link. So, fellas, because we do have a lovely, beautiful bachelorette that is in the green room standing by. We're going to bring her up in just a few moments. But we do have the StreamYard link in the YouTube comment section. I want to make sure that it's there in the comment section, so that way all of our viewers that's watching right now can click on the StreamYard link and click on it and be on the show. You know, because hey, if you're watching and you're single, fellas, you know, this is an opportunity for you to shoot your shot. I'm just saying, okay? So take advantage of that on Valentine's night. Look, you're not booed up. You're not booed up, fellas. Let's just be honest. You don't be going around saying, oh, yeah, I got me a girl or whatever. We ain't talking about your mama. Okay? We ain't talking about your mama, your grandmama, your cousin, your aunt, your sister, or whatever. You know, I'm talking about somebody that could be a potential girlfriend, a partner, or a future wife. You know, so click that StreamYard link in the YouTube section, in the comment section on YouTube. If you're watching us right now, we're also on Facebook. Click on the link and watch us live. All right. So without further ado, because we're almost about 10 minutes before the bottom of the hour, and I want to bring this sister up. But before I bring her up, I got to let you know a little bit about this sister that we have in the queue. And she is from, I want to say, and she can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe she's from Baltimore, Maryland. She's somewhere in the DMV, but I believe she's from Baltimore, Maryland. But we're going to make sure that she's from Baltimore if she's from somewhere else. But for a fact, though, shout out to Morgan State. She's a graduate of Morgan State University, FYI, HBCU. She is 22, but going to be 23 in March, which is just around the corner. Her favorite music genre is pop and even holiday music. She's a lover of Disney and Marvel when it comes to movies and TV shows. Her zodiac sign is a Pisces, and her Chinese zodiac is a horse. I didn't know that. You know, I need to be educated more on that. She's looking for someone that can take it slow with her, someone who's patient and who can appreciate nostalgia. Her hobbies include writing, drawing, gaming, binge watching, and sometimes dancing. I like the nostalgia part. You know, I'm a nostalgia type of person as well, too. So let's go ahead and get her off camera so we can bring her on to the stage here and allow the world to see her for the very, very first time. And your stage name, is it R Star?
Yes, it is.
R Star. Okay. Welcome to Soul Dates Live, R Star.
Thank you so much for having me.
Aspiring screenwriter and voice actress. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, okay. So, is that your real name, R Star?
No, it's a nickname that I have. So I just said I'll just use it. Yeah. I decided to throw in there.
It's very unique because I never heard of anybody in the entertainment industry or a person of talent with the nickname R Star. So that's cool. I like it.
Thank you.
I like it. Absolutely. Well, welcome on this Valentine's night, on this Valentine's Day. I forgot to give you the applause here. I want to make sure that I do that, because and we're definitely glad to have you on. We're definitely glad to have you on, And then I want to make sure that I acknowledge the shirt that I'm wearing, by the way, too, just in celebration and observance of Valentine's Day. I got on this heart, this t-shirt it has a heart symbol on it, but you won't believe what the words are on the shirt. Do you want to guess what the words are on this shirt?
I can see it says I love something. I can't really
I love Can you fill in the blank?
I'm trying to.
I love
Baltimore.
I
love
I'm gonna give you a hint.
I don't know.
I'm gonna give you a hint. What do you see when you look in the mirror?
Oh, I love myself. Yeah.
Close. Oh,
close.
I love close, but no cigar. I love Black women.
Ah.
Yeah. I love Black
clever.
women.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what it says on my t-shirt, alongside with the heart there.
Okay. I love Black women. Yeah.
It
got me when you said look in the mirror. I was like, myself. Yeah.
I mean, it would be really dope if we had a t-shirt that says I love myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I assume that I got it right. You are from Baltimore, Maryland?
Close. I'm actually from Laurel, Maryland.
Okay. Now, I never heard of that particular city in Maryland. So you got to educate me. What is life like out there in that part of Maryland?
It's pretty normal, pretty peaceful. Like, not a lot of stuff happens, but it's a nice community, nice little neighborhood. And yeah, that's basically it. Like I said, not much happens in Laurel, Maryland.
Okay. Sounds like a great time to me. Okay, and I see that you graduated from Morgan State. What did you go to Morgan State for?
I went to Morgan State to pursue a degree in screenwriting and animation.
Screenwriting and animation. I love that. Animation is a very, very big, it's more popular than ever before in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What made you want to become an aspiring screenwriter and, voice actress?
Honestly, it dates back to middle school, being able to get into that creativity mode, with my friends, and we would write stories together, and it just clicked for me back then. I was like, you know what? I think I want to do this for a living, just keep writing stories and sharing them with my friends, my family, etc. And that's what made me want to go into screenwriting.
Okay. All right. And I know you said animation. Like, what type of animation or stories you would like to tell?
So in terms of animation, it's strictly 2D. I'm not a 3D person. I don't think I could. Maybe like in a few years, sure, but not right now. But in terms of the stories I want to tell, it's mostly sci-fi, fantasy, some, rom-coms or comedies, even some, based on true stories as well.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So fellas and even ladies and even people out there in the audience, she will be coming to a streaming service near you, or at least one of her projects coming to a streaming service or to the big screen near you. You know, I think in my personal opinion, big screens are meant nowadays for animation movies, because you know, families still like to go to the movie theater, just to take the kids out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. So we're not here to talk about all things considered animation and movies and stuff. You're trying to find you a date. So, all right. So talk to us a little bit about yourself. Like, you know, how has your dating life been thus far? Talk to us about it.
So it's been, I hate to say the word empty, because it hasn't necessarily been empty. It's just been almost bare, like scarce. I've only really tried to date 2 boys in my lifetime, and the first time it only lasted like a month, and the second time we were really trying to start something, and COVID got in the way, and it went off the rails from that point. I mean, we tried to communicate to stay in contact, but COVID just really messed things up, and I was just like, I'm not even sure if I have time now, or at least back then when I was really like into my work, into school, trying to find a job. But now that I have found a job, and I'm not necessarily, I'm more balanced with my work. I figured, I was like, hey, I might as well just try the dating game again, get back into that lifestyle. So here I am.
Here you are, and the rest is history. Yeah.
Yep.
So, okay. So let's dive a little bit deep, because we have time. Let's dive a little bit deep in as far as, what exactly are you looking for? I kind of mentioned it in the beginning of your intro that you're looking for someone to take it slow with you, someone who's patient and who can appreciate nostalgia, which I definitely like. Expound on that. Like, what more are you looking for in a mate?
Well, that's honestly, I think that's it. Just someone who's really willing to take it super slow with me. When it comes to relationships, I really want to take the time to get to know the person, to really go over like relationship goals, all of that other stuff, like maybe future plans and meeting the parents, all that in between. And in terms of the nostalgia, someone who can appreciate like the franchises, that I like, the Disney, Marvel, and I'm a Hufflepuff, fun fact. And I'm also looking for someone to also appreciate that film franchise, Harry Potter, and Star Wars as well, because according to a BuzzFeed quiz, I'm 33% Sith. Yeah. According to the quiz, I'm not sure what that means, but I'm 33% Sith, so... Yeah, I'm looking for someone to appreciate, those film franchises, to geek out with them, like with me, to geek out about them with me. And yeah, just someone who's patient with me, able to take it super slow, like at a slow pace until we get to know each other and just build, really build that relationship.
All right, enough said. That's what she's looking for. That's what she's looking for. I don't know if you remember that song or not, but I'm just kind of humming the tune from.
I think I do. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So we're at the bottom of the hour. I have some more questions for you. If you are able to stick around for just a little bit.
Yeah.
Sure.
Totally.
Okay, cool. So we have R-Star right here on Soul Days Live on this Valentine's night with your host, Sean Garvey. We're going to take a quick break, and then we will have more with R-Star coming up in just a few moments. And make sure, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I want to put this up on the screen here, souldateslive@gmail.com. That is the email address where you can get at me, you can get at my assistant Kelly and the team. So that way you could be a potential guest or dater on the show. I want to remind everybody that we're taking a hiatus from doing the show. So when we get an email from you, you will get that reminder via email, and you will be in the queue until some more new information develop on what the next steps will be. But in the meantime, between time, email us souldateslive@gmail.com. Stay tuned. We're going to take a brief break, and when we come back, we're going to have more with our star right here on So Dates Live. Stay tuned. Y'all keep it locked.
Hello, I'm Scott Strauss. On 9/11, I was a New York City police officer assigned to finding survivors buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. Those were difficult days, but what kept me going was seeing the way Americans joined together in unity. It didn't matter if you were a Democrat or Republican or anything else. For 9/11 this year, now a National Day of Service, let's rekindle that spirit of unity by doing good deeds. Visit 911day.org to learn more. Hello, I'm Scott Strauss. On 9/11, I was a New York City police officer assigned to finding survivors buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. Those were difficult days, but what kept me going was seeing the way Americans joined together in unity. It didn't matter if you were a Democrat or Republican or anything else. For 9/11 this year, now a National Day of Service, let's rekindle that spirit of unity by doing good deeds. Visit 911day.org to learn more.
Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is Chip. And for more than 100 years, American Humane has been protecting animals in times of crisis. And if you're like me, your pet means the world to you, and you want to keep them safe if disaster strikes. American Humane's first responders are always prepared to rescue animals in danger, but you can also help. To learn more about disaster planning and keeping your animals safe, please visit AmericanHumane.org. Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is Chip. And for more than 100 years, American Humane has been protecting animals in times of crisis. And if you're like me, your pet means the world to you, and you want to keep them safe if disaster strikes. American Humane's first responders are always prepared to rescue animals in danger, but you can also help. To learn more about disaster planning and keeping your animals safe, please visit AmericanHumane.org. Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is Chip. And for more than 100 years, American Humane has been protecting animals in times of crisis. And if you're like me, your pet means the world to you, and you want to keep them safe if disaster strikes. American Humane's first responders are always prepared to rescue animals in danger, but you can also help. To learn more about disaster planning and keeping your animals safe, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
Not all people are the same. And yet, when we visit the doctor, our treatments don't look that different. Why is that? Because we just don't have enough information to do it better. By gathering health data from 1 million people, our country's best researchers will be able to develop treatments that are as unique and complex as we are. With this new information, doctors will have a better understanding of disease so they can innovate the next great breakthroughs in medicine. Learn more at joinallofus.org. Not all people are the same. And yet, when we visit the doctor, our treatments don't look that different. Why is that? Because we just don't have enough information to do it better. By gathering health data from 1 million people, our country's best researchers will be able to develop treatments that are as unique and complex as we are. With this new information, doctors will have a better understanding of disease so they can innovate the next great breakthroughs in medicine. Learn more at joinallofus.org.
All right, 5 minutes past the bottom of the hour. Valentine's night, So Dates Live. Sean Garvey back with you. Got two announcements to make. Big shout outs to everybody that watched the premiere of my new scripted podcast series called The Night We Met on a Train, which is available right now on Honey in the on demand section. And it's also being played during the Soul Dates Live marathon as we speak. All right. So while you're watching this live broadcast of Soul Dates Live, you can do two things at one time. I've seen people do it. I've done it myself. You can multitask. You can right now turn to Honey, tune in to Honey on your Roku device, and have the Soul Dates Live marathon playing between now all the way up until Monday. All right, because it is Valentine's Day weekend, and a lot of people are going to be out there spending Valentine's Day with their special loved one during Valentine's Day weekend. And why not sit back, relax, and enjoy and binge watch episodes of Soul Dates Live throughout the entire weekend, and watch the free preview version of The Night We Met on a Train. All right. So if you are into the rom-com type of shows and podcasts, you're definitely going to love the season premiere, or actually the series premiere rather, of The Night We Met on a Train. It stars Yaakov Black and Chandria Campbell. They are two actors that portray passengers on a train, and destiny brings them together in this awkward and interesting time when it comes to dating and relationships. So definitely check that out on demand on Honey, and also on the live stream. You can also download the Reach One Network app to your Amazon Fire TV and watch it from there. And also we have Love, Passion, and Poetry, the series premiere as well, available on iHeart and Spotify on demand. So check that out. We have some amazing poets, including Yaakov Black. He not only plays the character of Langston in the show, but he's also one of the poets on the series premiere of Love, Passion, and Poetry. All right. And we also have two other amazing poets that are on the podcast as well. So check out Love, Passion, and Poetry under Reach One Network. Go to Spotify and iHeart Podcast to download and listen to Love, Passion, and Poetry, hosted and executive produced by yours truly, the architect, Sean Garvey. All right, on this Valentine's Day weekend, we still have our star hanging out with us. There you go. Our star.
Yes.
Did you download the Honey app?
No, not yet.
Okay, you better do it. You better do it.
I can do it now. I can do it right now.
You don't know what you're missing. You don't know what you're missing. Yeah, that's right. The Honey app available on Roku, so you can check out the free preview of The Night We Met on the Train and some amazing shows, just like Soul Dates Live. We still have our star right here on Soul Dates Live. And once again, people, if you are still watching us on YouTube, Reach One Network, we put in the comment section the StreamYard link, so you can click on the link and shoot your shot live to this wonderful and beautiful young lady that we have in the studio right now, our star, coming from what part of not Baltimore, but what part of Maryland again?
Laurel, Maryland.
Laurel,
Maryland. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Coming from that part. Now, how far is it from Baltimore?
It's not that far. Like a good commute, it's 50 minutes. Down south.
50 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Almost an hour. Okay, almost an hour. All right. But if it's traffic like the one we have here in Atlanta, it could take maybe more than an hour to close to 2 hours, depending on traffic.
Yeah, a good 90 minutes at most with heavy traffic.
Okay. Now, speaking of travel, of course, going back to the questionnaire that we send all of our daters about when it comes to location, right? we asked, or my assistant asked you, are you willing to date outside of your local area? Because this is an internet show and we broadcast all over the globe, right? We don't just only broadcast in one particular central location, but we're all over the world. And your
Right.
answer was
Oh,
they outside.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, is he gonna say it or? But I would rather date someone inside my area. This goes back to the long distance relationships for me with the other boy that I tried dating, but then COVID got in the way, and since we were separated, it went off the rails. I don't think I can do long distance. For me to not see that person or to be with them for Jesus Christ, because like let's say we're both in school and we're at different schools, different states. I don't think I could do a long distance relationship because not being able to see them for a whole academic year is kind of sucks. it kind of sucks.
Yeah, go ahead. No, continue. I want to hear this.
Because even if we're talking, saying, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm doing great. Just passed my I just passed my final or da da da. Like, I'm almost done with the semester. I'll see you. Like, we can talk and whatnot, but it's not the same as being in person, like going to a restaurant together or just hanging out. And that is where my last relationship failed, because we didn't get to see each other a lot originally because of COVID, and then the second reason was because we went to different schools and we were in different states and we were both focused on work and we didn't see each other for 4 years in person. So, and at that point, I only really liked him like as a friend. So I just told him like, it's not gonna, like, it's not your fault. Like, it was really COVID was the starter. And then obviously everything that came after was like just a pile on. So I don't think I could do a long distance relationship, which is why I would rather date someone inside, like within my area.
So I have a testimonial story if I can share with you. And it's interesting that you said that because my ex, she's from Baltimore, Maryland. And she also went to Morgan State University. Fun fact. And we went together. We've been together for, I want to say, about a good 2 years. 2 years and some months. And she broke up with me during COVID in 2020. And I've been very candid about that on multiple podcasts. And I told my version of what happened and what have you. And so she wasn't feeling the whole long distance thing, even though we lived in the same state. And what that means is that what that really means is that when we were together, she lived in the opposite side of Atlanta than I did. She was more on the northern side of Atlanta. I was on the southern side, the south side of Atlanta. And, because we had busy schedules and things of that sort, like we would see each other on not a frequent basis, but whenever we could, you know what I mean? And there were some other things that happened during the course of our relationship, but we had some great times together. But that was the thing, though, that broke the camel's back. That's what they say. Like the long, she didn't get to really see me a whole lot during COVID, and especially because we had to social distance each other. And that brought a lot of anxiety to her. And that was one of the reasons why she called it quits. It's because we didn't see much of each other during COVID and some other things. And she just started looking at me as more of a friend than a lover, than something more. You know what I mean? So I find that very interesting that you say that, and it's like nowadays, because we are an internet show and you have all these dating apps and these dating platforms, everybody is at the hand of your fingertips to where you could instantly have a connection with somebody that may not be in the same state as you, that may not be in the same city as you. You know, that person like all the things that you like, you know, when it comes to movies and animation and things that you like to do and stuff. But that individual lives 2 or 3 or 4 or more hours away from you. Whereas where you are at, you know, you have a pool of men, but they don't, you know, they're not on the same frequency as you.
Right.
If that makes any sense. So how do you feel about that?
Oh, God. Honestly, I mean, like I said, it's really hard for me to do a long distance relationship. And even if I do find someone in my area, like you said, like if they're not on the same frequency as I am, it's like if they're not fitting, you know, what I'm craving or what I'm looking for, it's hard. It's apparently hard. And yeah, I just really can't do long distance. And I mean, I've tried, you know, not necessarily tried, but yeah, it's hard to find someone in the area with the, you know, same frequency as you were saying, or same likes, you know, same dislikes. Because I'm a very picky person, so just throwing that out.
Let me play that womp 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 womp. Let me play that womp 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 in the background. You just said it, R-Star. You're a very picky person, and see, this is the thing. This is the thing, you know, and that's, you know, shows like this are designed because, you know, it's more than just a dating show. It's more than just putting people together and what have you, and, you know, having a great time. But it's also to kind of look at yourself and, you know, ask yourself, okay, is it them or is it me?
Mm-hmm. That's
you know,
true. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it them or is it me? Because I've been on other dating shows before. I was on Kendra G's show. Mm-hmm. She was in Atlanta, by the way, a few days ago. Shout out to Kendra G, by the way. She was down here in Atlanta doing her, you know, her speed dating thing here in Atlanta. But yeah, I've been on her show. I've been on other dating shows and what have you. And I was like, man, I've had a lot of women that were definitely feeling me, but I was picky too.
Mm.
You know, and most of these women were out of state. Because you know what they say about women in Atlanta. I ain't gonna go there. Also, I ain't gonna go there. Because you know they say something. They say some things about Atlanta men, but we ain't gonna have that conversation tonight. So, but I'm just saying though. But you mean you said you're a picky person, but at least you acknowledge that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not that picky. Well, no, that's not true. I am pretty picky, but you know, like I said, the past relationships I've had, I just can't do. Or sorry, the more recent one I've had, I just can't do long distance. That's the one thing that I need. Like, I need to be able to see this person, you know, and even, you know, and we had sort of different frequencies, but I was okay with that because, you know, we had some similarities. We both like to game and like to binge watch, you know, certain shows, but the long distance killed it. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what have you been doing? But so let me ask you this: what have you been doing lately or recently? You know, in your local area, have you been going out to different festivals and venues? See, I don't know what the scene is like out there in that part of Maryland, but have you been to like festivals and, you know, different venues, different areas, clubs and stuff like that, just to kind of see what the vibe, the energy is like for, you know, the men out there?
No. I have not.
R-Star.
Yeah.
Play that womp womp again. Play that womp womp again. Let me see. Okay.
Oh God. I mean, this past year has been really busy for me. Because after I graduated, you know, my main focus was to find a job and to focus my portfolio and apply to grad school. So I really did not even have time. I barely had any time before the holidays to do really anything like fun to go out. But now I'm at, like I said, I found a job. I'm set now. And I'm trying to find a work-life balance. That's one of my resolutions this year, to find that work-life balance so I can have fun and also get paid, so I can actually pay for school.
Right.
So yeah, I did not do anything, not really last year. Last semester, I should say. Because obviously I was in school last year, but between June and December, I did not do anything. So yeah, I just stayed home looking for jobs, applying to grad school and working on, my writing. Yep. And that's it.
Okay, so we examined 3 things about you. You're picky. You've been so busy you didn't get out that much. Okay? And the third thing was, you don't do the long distance thing, especially since COVID and all the other intricacies that happen along with that. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yep, that's essentially it.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So okay, so I'm going to be very honest and transparent. The pool of men that we were supposed to have on Soul Days Live, a lot of them happen to be out of state, but they were in the same age range as you. At least most of them were in the same age range as you, right? And there was only one guy that we reached out to who happened to be in Washington, D.C. That's in the DMV area, if I'm not mistaken. But he couldn't come through. But for the most part, the majority happened to be out of state. Some were in New York, some were on the West Coast, on LA and all that. But, these were guys, we looked at their portfolio, we looked at their answers and their bios and stuff like that, and these were guys that were suitable to come on the show, but they were not in Maryland. They were not. So I think we need to do a tour. Soul Days Live need to do a tour and have you on stage and get some men in Baltimore, at least in the state of Maryland, to come out and try to shoot that shot at you.
Oh God, yes, that would actually be pretty fun. Since it's been revealed, the parameters of the man or the young man that I would like to date. The parameters have been revealed.
Okay. Now, what are some things? What are some things that you will not tolerate or considered to be a deal breaker to you?
I'm not entirely sure. See, when I said I was picky, it was more of a picky of the parameters that I just listed, the long distance, and at least even if we have different frequencies, I'm okay as long as you're in state, and I can see you, and we can hang out, talk. But in terms of tolerance, I'm a very patient person. You would really have to do something really nasty or really stupid or full of BS, to piss me off. There's really not a lot. I mean, I can't really think of anything. Obviously, don't be disrespectful or rude if we're on a date or something like that. But or even if we're just hanging out, just don't be that person. Just don't be toxic. That's the only thing I can think of, really, because I'm a patient person. I can tolerate a lot, but like I said, you would really have to do something really bad to piss me off. I'm a nice person, as you see now on screen, but I can get aggressive, and that is not a pretty side of me. So yeah, that's the only thing I could think of. Just don't be toxic.
Because you can go from R-star to rated R in a minute.
Oh my God. Yes, I can. I definitely can. Not even a minute, like a second. I can. Yeah. But yeah, just don't be toxic. I get it for, if we're playing around, if you want to, joke or, yeah, like, sure. But like, do not be toxic. Do not be
now what is
toxic.
toxic? Now that I hear a lot of women say that nowadays, and that could be vague to a certain extent. What is toxic to you, just for clarity purposes?
Don't be petty. Don't be petty. If something happens, let me back up. Let's say I say something, right? And you could have received it wrong, right? Like you could received it the wrong way, because maybe I said it the wrong way. I said something and received it the wrong way. Don't scream or yell at me, because that's not going to help the situation. Just take a minute and maybe ask first, what I meant to say before you scream or yell or, overreact. Like, don't be petty. Don't be petty. Don't overreact. Let's be respectful, polite to one another.
You know what I think, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to go back to my ex, but because she's from Baltimore, Maryland, went to the same school as you. Y'all both like alumni. It seems like that's a Maryland thing. That's a kind of like a be more thing. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing, like sisters like you and her, and it's not a bad thing or whatever. It just is what it is. Because I've met some women that are from B-More, right? And of course, the most well-known one that's from B-More is, of course, actress Jada Pinkett Smith. And they have a tendency to say kind of like the same thing that you said, or they make it known that, hey, if I say something that comes off the wrong way or whatever, don't be overreactive about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't be petty about it. Don't take it too hard with it or whatever. Like, just be calm or what have you. And I remember the days where I overreacted over certain things or certain things that my ex would say to me. And she made that known in her own way of communicating to me. You know what I mean? And I will take accountability. I've overreacted over some things or what have you, only because I didn't understand her. You know what I mean? And it took me some time to really like study her and understand her or what have you. I just never dated a woman like her. But I think that's a be more thing. I don't know. I don't know. I gotta talk to my brother DJ Roland from the morning show, from the Beat Break Morning Show, because he's from Baltimore. And I'm like, DJ Roland, do you come across women that are like that? Like, they say some things the wrong way and they expect for you not to take it to heart. Is it like
I mean, it's just really, I guess, more of the, I don't know if that's a Maryland thing. I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't really met other people. I've met other people who would obviously, who don't want others to be petty, like I'm saying, but like they're not in couples. They're just like, they're singles, they're just saying, just don't be petty. I will be friends with people who are not petty. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's a Maryland thing.
Okay. So ladies, she doesn't want guys to be like a Drake.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't be a Drake.
No. Yeah, please don't. Please don't.
Don't be a Drake. Don't be a Drake. Don't be a Drake. All right. All right. So last question. Last question before we exit. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we didn't have any male daters. So this is like another situation that happened to Jade. I don't know if you saw the episode that we did a few weeks ago with Jade, but she was in your position, and Jade, another dater that we had on Soul Dates Live a few weeks ago, she is in Idaho, and we had her on the show. And before that taping that night, we had a pool of men that agreed to be on the show, and at the last minute stood her up. We brought her back on the show again the following week, and luckily a gentleman by the name of Chase saw the previous show where she got stood up, and he was like, no, I'm going to shoot my shot with her. He saw that video and decided to come on, and it ended up becoming a match.
Oh, nice.
Between Jade and the gentleman's name is Chase, which they both live kind of close, not next door to each other, but they are on the West Coast.
Okay.
Yeah. So big shout out to Jade and Chase, but big shout out to Chase, man, because he saw what he liked and he went after it. Yep. So if you want to watch that episode, you can go back and watch it on Reach One Network on YouTube. It's on demand. But same situation with you, R-Star. You know, we had a pool of men, and like I said, a lot of them are on the West Coast and, you know, up north in New York and what have you. But I want to ask you this last question, and maybe this could help me and my team for a future episode, because I definitely would love to have you come back on.
Okay, thanks.
Do you have a crush on someone? Is there somebody that you like, that you have a crush on? You got to have some male friends, R-Star. You have to have some male, or at least some male acquaintances.
I do have male friends, but I don't feel any way, like that type of way about them. I'm not that social when it comes to obviously revealing my crushes. But if I were to have a crush, I would let that person know, if we're close, if we're friends. I'm not just going to go up to a stranger and be like, hey, I like you. Like, what do you think of that? But if we're friends, if we're becoming friends, if I have a crush on them, I'll let them know. But of all the male friends I've had over the years, I mean, to my knowledge and memory, I don't think I've had a crush on any of them.
There's not at least one guy that lives in the same proximity as you that you'd be like, we've been friends for a long time. I never saw him in that light, but he can kind of get it though.
Okay, well, yeah, there is one. Okay,
talk to me. Work with me. We trying to work with you, R-Star. We're trying to work with you, R-Star. Come on now. Talk to me. Talk to our audience. Come on.
There is one. I'm not gonna say his name.
Don't say his name. Don't say his name. We just want to acknowledge.
Gonna...
We just want to acknowledge if there's that one person.
Mm-hmm. There is one. Yes, there is one.
Okay.
Yes, and I guess I did have a little crush on him.
Okay.
I'm not gonna specify when. But
we don't need all the information. Yep. We just need to know if there is one guy in your proximity that you like, that you could kind of see, you know what I mean? But I mean, you on a friendship level right now, but you can kind of see like, I always wondered what it would be like to date him.
I did kind of wonder that a little bit. Yeah, because we would, hang out a lot, and
okay.
It would hit my mind, not like every day or something, but like from every once in a while, I'd be like, like we're friends. We like the same stuff. We hang out a lot and we dislike some of the same stuff. So
this is what so we're getting somewhere. So this is what I want to do with you, R-Star.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk to you offline. Okay. Because you're a very beautiful, sweet woman. You know what you want, and we want to help you. Let's talk offline and see if we can strategize a plan to get this particular guy on the show. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
We can kind of like say, hey, a friend of yours reached out to us, and this person wants you to be on Soul Dates Live. Yada, yada, yada and stuff, just try it out or what have you, and just come on the show and just, we don't want to do it under false pretenses, but just kind of come on the show and just talk about your dating experience, your dating life, what have you. And then later on the show, we'd be like, hey, we got somebody that had a crush on you. And then we go from there.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. And this is what I've been told from the elders who have been married for over 20 years. Date and marry your friend. Don't date and marry your lover. Date and marry your friend. Because 9 out of 10 people that end up marrying or dating their lover end up in divorce. Blair Underwood, the actor Blair Underwood, came out publicly and said, I ended up marrying my best friend months after he had a divorce. DJ Rollum, you heard me speak about DJ Rollum a few moments ago from Be More. He ended up marrying his best friend from over 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oof.
I want you to think about that, R-Star. I really want you to think about that.
Oh no, that sounds that sounds like a plan. I mean,
this could be like a Brown Sugar episode. I don't know if you ever seen the movie Brown Sugar, but it's similar to that.
I have not seen that movie.
Okay,
yeah, you might.
I'm going to need you to watch that movie. I'm going to need you to watch that movie.
For that too. Yeah.
Okay. I need you to watch that movie. All right.
I will write it down.
It got black actors in there. Okay. All right.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm writing it down right now. I'm writing it down right now. Yep.
With Tay Diggs and Sanaa Lathan. Okay. All right. So we're gonna talk offline. We're gonna strategize that plan, and when we bring you back on Soul Dates Live, we're gonna have him on Soul Dates Live, thinking that he's gonna talk about his dating experience, and thinking that he's gonna meet somebody that you and I try to hook him up with, but in essence, in reality, it's actually you. Okay. All right.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Awesome. And let me also say this to the other dater that we had on this past Wednesday, Selena. I didn't forget about you, Selena. We're going to talk offline as well. So if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, if you didn't tune in to Wednesday night's edition of Soul Dates Live, Selena had a guy on by the name of Ernesto. They live in different states. She's in Texas. He's in LA. And unfortunately, she didn't pick him because he was short. That's the bottom line. It was a great show, but she didn't pick him because he was short, and he was the only guy that showed up. I need to have a conversation with her offline as well. So, you know what I mean? So I'm going to make an attempt to help as many people as I can during our hiatus from the show. But yeah, I'm glad we had this episode because I want to dive deep into it and try to help people like yourself. You know what I mean? Because I had people help me. So
I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, listen, I appreciate you, R-Star, for coming on the show tonight and just really having this deep dive conversation with me, even though it wasn't what it was planned. We did have a pool of guys, like I keep saying, and everything, but some things happen for a reason, and by you giving the audience and myself that revelation and everything, it gives me something to work with in the meantime. All right. So R-Star, in the meantime, between time, if all else fails, do you want to go your Instagram handle out there to people, especially to men that may want to shoot their shot? Shoot you in the DM? Do you do that kind of thing? Like,
there is not much on my Instagram. Another fun fact: I'm not into social media like that. Not yet.
Okay.
I'm trying to get. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to get accustomed to it. So I'm not sure if putting my handle out, because there's not much on my Instagram. There's literally there's barely anything on my Instagram.
Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We ain't gonna go further. All right. But hey, my Instagram handle is at the bottom here. My Instagram handle is at the bottom here. Honey Movies app and Sean Garvey ATL all on Instagram. So make sure you follow me there, or Honey Movies and TV on Instagram. But I'm all over cyberspace. Okay, you can see the information at the bottom of your screen there in the ticker section. So all of the information is there. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you know what? Shame on me because I haven't been doing this all evening. Cash App, $, Reach One Communications to support the show. Sean loves money. So shame on me for not posting that during the taping of the show. We just had so much going on tonight. But I appreciate you, R-Star, for coming on. And we're definitely going to strategize and bring you back on. And we're going to make this thing happen. How does that sound?
That sounds amazing. And thanks for having me. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on board. We really appreciate it. All right. And enjoy the rest of your Valentine's Day. Okay.
Thank you. And you too.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. All right. R-Star, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all give a hand clap. Let's give a hand clap for R-Star for being such a good sport and coming on the show this evening. We'll have a dater come on the show. Best believe. We will have a dater come on the show. Thank you so much, R-Star. We'll talk offline. For sure.
Thanks. And yep, right. I will talk to you then.
All right. Thanks. All right, y'all. So Dates Live. Hey, listen. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, y'all. So I'm actually getting ready to get up out of here because I do have a date in less than 2 hours. And she's on the West Coast. So speaking of long distance. But by the way, ladies and gentlemen, once again, follow me at Sean Garvey ATL on Instagram, Honey Movies app on other social media sites. We have different handles. We have different handle names. We have Honey Movies app and Honey Movies and TV. You just gotta find us everywhere, okay? All right, reach1communications.com is the website. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we will rebroadcast this episode of Soul Dates Live on our streaming platforms, including Honey, the Flow Television Network, and Apple TV, Fire TV, Android TV, wherever you get your streaming content from. And don't forget, once again, ladies and gentlemen, to please tune in and listen to the Night We Met on a Train pilot episode tonight and throughout the weekend, and on demand on the streaming app Honey, available on Roku. And we also have Love, Passion, and Poetry on Spotify and iHeart under Reach One Network. So go ahead and download the podcast and enjoy the show, or shows rather, during this Valentine's Day weekend. All right. So happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Love on yourself if you don't have your boo thing next to you. And continue to celebrate Valentine's Day or Lover's Day, however you want to call it, every single day, because Valentine's Day is not just only one day out of a year, but it's every day, because you want to express your love and gratitude to the person that you love 365 days a year. All right. It's Sean Garvey signing off. I love Black women. That's what the shirt says. I love everybody, but I especially love Black women. Until the next time, everybody, like I said, we're taking a hiatus from the show, but you can check out all episodes, all archives of the show on demand, YouTube, Reach One Network. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on our YouTube channel, Reach One Network. I'm trying to get the banner up here before we get up out of here so you can see it on the screen there. This is why I need another person on the show, so I can do everything else behind the scenes while the other person is doing the hosting. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Reach One Network. All right, I'm out of here. Have a good night. Be safe. And if you really doing it real big on Valentine's Day, make sure you get the right kind of condoms. Okay? FYI. Y'all stay safe. Practice safe sex. And I'll see you all the next time. Okay? We out. Peace. Love.